Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon, and this is All Quiet in the Trenches. Now, when we left off last time, we had just had a battle. We had been beaten out of our trenches by ridiculous numbers of Frenchmen. And we walked away with quite a few wounds, as you can see. But somehow the field hospital is not even overburdened or full or anything. Even though there were half a dozen at least devastated German squads, just like mine. So we have 3 guys who are on good recovery. 2 who are still with me, as you can see. Well, kind of. Current and Hunt are still with me, but Hunt is on a very good recovery. So I will take that, ladies and gentlemen. We still have high prestige. Of course, the latrine is full. Who else wants something? What an embarrassment we had to suffer on the field, and the rest of your troop are too ashamed to turn up. What? You are dismissed. I think I'm gonna... No, I gained prestige. I am so confused. The rest of my troop are too ashamed to turn up here? I'm confused. Everybody's here. Don't argue it. I got some free prestige. I'll take it, even for losing a fight. They're in good hands here. We'll do our best. That's good to know. Yeah. Maintain meager standards. So no, we're going to keep on double. Our food stocks are good for now. We also have no jobs. Oh no, wait, I lied. We have the latrine. Everybody is completely knackered. We're going to go for... Linux is not injured. So unfortunately, he's the one. Risking a collapse, but let's see how we go. Let's get next turn. I'm hoping not, because we're on double rations. You know, things are looking pretty good. Okay, a very uneventful turn. Dana is now feverish. Hunt is no longer lightly wounded. Male is now lightly wounded, and he's back with us. So good recovery removed. Camerabutt will take a little bit longer. He's faltering, always does. Dana is feverish. Oh no. I know. Oh, why? The whole group is exhausted. Maybe he'll give us the day off. He's already given us the day off. Supplies are running low. Without standard rations. Your unit is tasked with guard duty. Oh, I could ask him for the day off. Yes, I could. Things constantly appear and disappear without proper documentation. It's time to take stock so I finally know what I actually have. If you could spare some people, I'd be very grateful. When's the next shipment? A few more weeks. All right. It's lovely to have known you. Sociable and very compassionate. Yes, you. Nobody recovered whatsoever any levels of their tiredness. Even they all rested, sorry, and they all had double rations. It turns out, ladies and gentlemen, that we have hit the turning point in the game's algorithm. And so now we are clearly not going to be getting as much luck as we did in the last camp phase, where everything was rosy. We are going to ask for some time off. That's going to be down to average prestige. Like I said, this is clearly the turning point in the algorithm for the game. And so on standard rations, everybody now is. Let's see if we can actually recover some levels of tiredness. Let's have a look, shall we? Do not make me be doing paperwork. If I'm sat in my tent, okay, that's fine. Linux can have that word I can't pronounce. He is very compassionate. He's very sociable. Yeah, this ought to make him happy. Was proven right in short order. He was virtually beaming with joy when he opened the package and brought his contents to light. In the following days, he generously shared it with his fellow soldiers. Hunt was especially grateful and returned the favor by sharing his gifts from home with Linux. Okay. Ooh, he's gone down a level of wounded. Does that mean he's no longer feverish? He's still feverish. I don't like it. Belonging added, optimistic added, good news added, grateful added, standard rations. Okay, 4 of them went down to simply being strained. Hi, doll. He, of course, has a job for me. Soon be relieved. Of course. Anything else? Somebody wants something. Supply is running low. I don't give many sufficient rations, but it could become necessary soon. No, it will not. You will maintain standard rations. There is a trip to the pub. Right. Treat fever. Sorry, I know you're tired. Although I could give it to Hunt. Yeah, let's give it to Hunt. You're also in there looking fantastic. Trip to the pub. Bang, 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 and bang. Let's get you boys recovered. Come on, let's treat that fever. Very good recovery. Fever removed. Lightly wounded. He's back with us, ladies and gentlemen. The other 2 were lightly wounded. That's now being removed. All of you that prayed since the last episode, all of you that sent good wishes, high hope, love, and adoration for our soldiers, thank you all very much. They are somehow all with us. I do not know how. Dana he's still exhausted. But oh dear lord. Dana's fever has subsided. Yes, it has. The villagers are suspect. That is fine. There is nothing else to be reported. I'm going to keep pushing everything, including my rations. We're going to the trenches next phase. A wonderful day for you. Next shipment. Next couple of days. So hopefully by the time we come back from the trench, we have more supplies. Oh, dear lord. Oh, is he doing? Yes, he's doing his service again. I feel like it's just for him. I'm going to actually ask about that. Not going to lie to you folks. But because I don't know, I feel like it should do more than just make him feel good. It's supposed to be something for the soldiers. Whether it goes off one of their traits or not. Maybe like, you know, the sociable trait. That's more than likely to make him go to a church service or something. I'm not entirely sure. Or especially, you know, an impromptu one held by government. But yeah, I'm not too sure on that. Also, Hunt, because you're also quite nicely recovered. And then it will be Mank. Okay. And okay, next turn. Let's get the patrol done. What's going on? Some of my men and I sat together in silence. Linux was engrossed in a newspaper. A picture of a steamship in it piqued my interest. Aha, what happened there? I asked, nodding my head towards the picture. Oh, it's a mess, said Linux, his exact words. One of our submarines has sunk the Arabic along with some American civilians. And that's after the whole mess with the Lusitania. Well, that was suddenly so difficult. Dana drew in a sharp breath. Lusitania was loaded with ammunition. Our Navy had warned them in advance and had every right to sink them. Every right? Yeah, Linux roared. There were civilians and children. Over 100 children, and almost all of them were killed. The naval blockade, with its starvation plan, has left the Navy no other choice. The British naval blockade of the North Sea from 1914 to 1919 had an increasing impact on the supply situation of the German Empire, and contributed greatly to the shortage of food and supplies for the civilian population. We are soldiers here, we can't influence what happens out there anyway. I interrupted the discussion. The 2 men fell silent. Linux turned back to his newspaper. The topic didn't come up again for the rest of the evening. Oh. The lieutenant, or should I say the lieutenant, had demanded that I accompany the patrols through the village personally to make sure that everything was in order. When Menk and I arrived, the mood in the village was even more brooding than usual. The villagers were sullen, and no wonder. Madame LaRoche told us that they'd recently received dire news. 2 of their men had been killed in battle. The women fell silent as they saw us with no more than cold, angry looks for greeting. What few children were out playing did little more than listlessly kicking an empty tin can around. The mood seemed to affect Menk as well. Compassion crept into his eyes as he slowed his steps. Ah, he's jaded. He reached into his pocket to produce a little block of chocolate. I followed his uncertain gaze over to the children. Go on, go over to them. Menk didn't hesitate and wandered over to the children. When he held out the hand with chocolate, curiosity drew them nearer. But the gathered with them quickly called their children back before they could take a piece. Then the mothers cast their stark looks and hissed something in French that made it quite clear that it was time for us to move on. Continue. Relieved has been removed. Likely wounded has been removed. Beautiful. Just in time to go back to the trenches. Standard rations added. Grateful added. Disappointed added. Oh, dejected added. Well, there's a double downer. Tired removed. Down to tired. Strained removed. Nauseated removed. And relieved removed. Time to go back to those trenches. And let's see if we can gain a little bit of a bonus, because we could do with the added prestige. Okay, and so we are towards the end of September. We are... Game saved. Beautiful. Thank you. We are getting through. So by this, we should be in October. And with that, we will have about 3 months left to go. We do need to fetch rations. And we are under some light artillery shelling. Another communication trench collapsed. Well, there's a sucky thing to start with. What else have we got? Okay, this is the front. This is the French. This is the front of the trench. Good old mixing of words there. Defensive position. That could be a pretty good one. We've got a nice bit of low cover behind it. Let's have a good search, though. Where are those MG positions that are hiding from me? Let's set up ladders, most definitely. Always good to be able to get around. Very good idea for barbed wire. And then the only other thing, again, is some ladders. So we'll go and set those up as well. And we'll leave the barbed wire for a second. So, because maintain trenches is going to suck. That'll be you. Not you. You and you. Fetch some rations will double down on. And you can build us one set of ladders. Okay, let's hit next turn. Rations are up, ammo is down, and von Karlsbruck, unfortunately, is still standing. Your group is on night watch tonight. Make sure your men don't fall asleep. So we don't want to send anybody that's too exhausted. So, night watch. Oh. Interestingly, the fact that he is very observant doesn't seem to make too much of a difference. So we will send... Cameraman. We will send Meg. So then set up some ladders. We will use Hunt. Fetch some ammunition. We will once again double dip. And Dana can have the night off. Having just recently recovered from his wounds. Hey, ammunition did not even go up when 2 people were fetching it. I've got to question that. I carried out your order, but was wounded in the process. Damn it. Oh, no jobs. Interesting, right? So... we're going to throw down some barbed wire. And so fetch ammunition. We will... well, hang on, no. Set up barbed wire. We will... Lineker mail. Fetch some ammunition. I'm gonna go Dana. Just go Dana. No, we'll send 2 of them. Dana and Hunt. Let's try and get that up to for 3 bars. Dana, how can I help? Was wounded in the process. Wow, the wounds are coming back in. Rations down, ammo up. Still no jobs. Okay. Most of you can hide. Let's go. I'm gonna send you 2 to go get rations. Run very fast, lads. Next turn. Ay, ay, ay. Flippin' heck, Dana, what have we got? Our supplies were buried under rubble by an explosion. Oh, fantastic. What happened? Ah, it's not too bad. Menk, the French have been busier than usual lately. I have a bad feeling about this. We could do some recon. I think that answers the question as to whether we're going to, however. Well, it's not going to be over in one turn. And they are definitely going to blow some things up. Be interested, I suppose. No, we can't really, I suppose, patch up wounds. Here. Let's give it a go. Maybe something will happen. Who knows? Yeah, didn't think so. The shelling is still going on. We can hardly have anything left to eat. Yes, I got that. Linnick. Not far from here, part of the trench has been hit. And then mail, we're running low on ammunition. So what have we got? Oh, nothing. Yep, I think it's clearly on this side. Repair barbed wire. Build a defensive position. Ah, so it's just a bit of barbed wire that got hit, so that's not too bad. I assume, however, it's still a two-man job. It is. We're definitely not going to be doing that at this point. However, who are the unfortunates that get to go outside? Linnick? I'm afraid you're one of them. You would be this guy. I'm afraid it can't. I'm afraid it can't. We don't want to be out of ammunition. And then other than you... Oh, it's going to be Hunt, the helmetless soldier. As you command. One on ammo. One on rations. And with the rate that we're getting injured... Oh dear Lord, cross your fingers. Woo, both of them went up by one, so we can spend another turn. No injuries. So we can definitely just take another turn. Hopefully the artillery bombardment stops. Or at least calms. It stopped! Huzzah! Dana? We're running low of ammunition. And we hardly have anything left to eat. Told by the same soldier. How very efficient of them. Fetch some rations. We're gonna go hunt. We're going to double fetch the rations. Just in case we get stuck here. We'll at least have those back up, hopefully on high numbers. How are we doing? Are we leaving? Are we staying? Pack your things. We're out of here, folks. We are out of here. Beautiful. So, back to the next level. Most people are pretty tired. I might, in fact, have completely exhausted troops across the board. But we'll see how that goes. Let's have a quick look. Exhausted. Exhausted. Oh, not exhausted. Exhausted. Not exhausted. Exhausted. So we've got two people we can potentially do emergency jobs with. Do not tell me the latrine's full. Of course it is. We've come back every time to the latrine being full. All I want to know is who takes our camp spot whilst we're in the trenches. I'm going to hit them with a shovel. Okay, good recovery and very good recovery added. Because quite frankly, they are leaving us a full latrine to come back to. We're still waiting for a resupply. I'll give you some provisions from my reserve so your men don't starve. Make it last, don't squander it. Okay, so we have some food. That's good. One guy, unfortunately, which is Linnick, because it's always Linnick, is going to do the latrine. The rest of the guys are going to rest. And what do we have going on? Mail and some of his comrades came into our camp chatting. They were carrying several baskets full of apples. I stepped into their path. What do you gents intend to do with this? Mail is teaching us how to make must, Mail blurted. Mail stopped walking and glanced from him to me, unsure how he would respond to the soldier's explanation. Okay, that's definitely an error. I'm just going to make a quick note of this, folks, because Mail can't tell me what Mail's supposed to do in the third person. That's all very weird. I'm trying to find the next empty page in my freaking notebook. Where are we? We are Mail says mail. Which makes no sense. Alright, sorry about that. And so do we want to put them in our supplies, or do I risk it for the chocolate biscuit? I'd love a chocolate biscuit right now. I left them to it. Hopefully that all gives them warm, fuzzy-to-wuzzy, lovey-dovey feelings. We are in the middle of October, and ladies and gentlemen, it's just gotten cold. Lightly wounded removed. Fantastic. Cold snap added. Bad weather added, which is a shame. Grateful has been removed. Nauseated added. We have, however, he's gone down to tired, and the rest are all down on strained. And Linux would have stayed on strained. Yes, he did. Okay, so at least I have access to all my soldiers again. That's fantastic. You tell me there's rats in this, I will go crazy. Like, the rats should be frozen. Like, if I'm freezing my ass off, the rats can freeze their ass off. There are a few prisoners of war in camp that need guarding until they can be moved to a prison. Although, undoubtedly, the rats will be the only warm ones in camp, quite frankly. So that's it. Just a couple of captives to guard. It's not a tiring task either, so that is good. Let's get 2 tolerant people. We're going to give Linux the day off this time. We're going to go hunt and menk. And yeah, we're gonna count those blessings. Oh, hang on, if we come back to headquarters. So I think it's overdue. Next shipment, yeah, should have been here a while ago. Okay, so let's just go next turn. And let's see what happens if we actually get some supply by next turn. I was passing by the temporary enclosure holding the captured French soldiers. I saw Hunt fraternizing with the prisoners of war he was meant to guard. Even though he clearly did not speak their language, he managed to communicate successfully through wild gesturing. And it seemed I was observing an exchange of chocolate and tobacco. Commended Hunt for seeing the French as people, not just as enemies. He smiled with relief and introduced me to the prisoners. They seemed a little hesitant at first, but I quickly gained their trust as well. Before long, we were involved in a brief but friendly conversation across the language barrier before I went on my way. Okay, and good recovery removed, and a rat infestation has happened. Lightly wounded removed, belonging removed, which is a bit of a shame. Strained completely removed, which is glorious. Linux, do you know that, Herr Hunt Officer? When you feel so good, you no longer think about certain things. That's another little typo there. Which I'll make a quick note of. Let's leave it to that. So he's just gone and lost nauseated. We also have Cummerbund. How can I help you? We are short of firewood. We have to do something about the freezing cold. There are still some seasoned logs at the back that we can use. Fantastico. Now, unfortunately, we do have rats. Rats everywhere. Resupply came in. Beautiful timing. Planning an attack. Prepare your men for battle. We'll be at it again soon. Unit is tasked with guard duty. Appoint 2 men to patrol the boundaries of our camp. 3 turns until our engagement. Okay, let's endure, basically. So we're gonna give this to Dana. He is bursting with energy. And so hopefully that means we get extra firewood. And I don't know, that either gives extra things to our troops, or it just means we don't have to do it again next turn. Pest control. Wow, everybody else is kind of faltering still, aren't they? That's a little bit shameful. Guard duty. No stats that will make a difference. Let's come here and let's bump us up to double rations for at least 1 turn. We may as well eat as much as we can before the rats eat it all, basically. Because you know they're going to, folks. You know they're going to. A letter had shaken Cummerbund up. He was pacing up and down and kept muttering to himself. I went up to him and started, Cummerbund to you, but he wouldn't even let me finish. How can God want these things? He interrupted me. What had he been told? What exactly unsettled you? I asked cautiously. Cummerbund swallowed. A lot of things. everything, and now we Germans have shot this nurse in Belgium. Edith Cavell from England. She helped men of all nationalities. It wouldn't do it for him to lose his faith now. God would not let happen what should not happen, I said. He will give you the strength to get through this. Cameron nodded vigorously as if to convince himself of the truth of my words. Later I saw him praying again, though he kept lowering his hands distractedly. Oh no. He is no longer faltering! Finally! It took... what have we been going for now? Like 6 months of gameplay? It took 6 months of feeding him as much as possible, as often as possible, and he is no longer faltering. That is fantastic. Low food supply added, of course. Disappointed and dejected removed. That's good. He's got an over the chocolate incident. And grateful and good news removed. Optimistic has unfortunately also been removed. Changed us down to tired. Okay. Somebody wants something. We've gotten rid of the rats. Fantastic. Our supplies are running low. I will only serve standard rations. I will live with that. We got 1 round of heavy rations in, aka double. These villagers are suspect. Keep hearing stories of attacks. But are the stories true? Or are they just unfounded rumors? And the latrine's full. Right. Way to ruin an under-officer's day. The latrine is full. That is going to go to Dana. And so patrol the village. I ideally want to send the top 2 guys, which we're going to send because none of them are intolerant, and they are also the second most well rested. Let's hit 1 more turn. We need that engagement. Look at my prestige. That is dropping off horribly. Mold everywhere. Zelensky commented as he held out an exemplary loaf of bread covered in green stains to me. I'll have to throw it away. I'm sure he said it in the exact way I did as well. I lowered my gaze anxiously to the baskets of baked goods at his feet. We were both aware that this made up not an insignificant part of our reserves. Get rid of it. I agreed. Zelensky sighed heavily and nodded silently. We were both aware that sooner or later, days might come where we would gladly accept such rations. Rats and then mold. It's, yep, painful. Nauseated added, yep, fair enough. Bad weather removed, fantastic. The cold snap has stopped, although nope, that was the last snowflake I just saw. Change down to tired. Strained removed completely. Down to standard rationed, and yes, he's now nauseated. Supply is slowly running low. Could become necessary soon. What have we got? My unit is tasked with guard duty. Appoint 2 men to patrol the boundaries of our camp. When's our next shipment? For at least a month. Okay, so we're potentially going to have to start to look at something to get some rations. Offer help? To gather wood. Not really what I was after. I was hoping there was still some food gathering going on. Guard duty, we'll just stick you 2 fine gentlemen on it. So we have an engagement next turn. Well rested, beautiful. Both of them up to well rested, also beautiful. Tired removed. Belonging and grateful removed. That's a bit of a shame. Average prestige. So somebody does want to speak to me. We're marching to battle. Herr Major has given us the opportunity to prove ourselves. Time to drive the French out of their trenches. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to go and see if we can reclaim a trench. We'll find out. We really could do with getting some really, really good things in this battle, if I'm honest, because our prestige needs a little bit of a boost. And so, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll carry that thought to the next episode, because that is all we have time for today. Thank you all once again for joining me. I hope you have all enjoyed it. And until we do see you again, as for always, I hope that you'll all stay safe, happy, and healthy.